Welcome back, everybody, to the Bucs Planet Podcast, and we did it! We did it! We are going to the Super Bowl in Tampa, Florida. I'm coming home. You're coming home too. Pack your bags. I cannot believe the impossible, the unthinkable, and the unimaginable happened on Sunday. We are going to the Super Bowl. We are NFC champions. NFC champions. We are the best team in the entire National Football Conference. I mean, how about those Buccaneers? How about them? How about them? And let me just explain something to you guys. I never ever imagined this would happen. I mean, last time we went to the Super Bowl, obviously I was too young to actually fully experience it, but we were horrible. We were horrible for a decade, and then for decades, not just one. We're horrible, and then slowly we got better. So, we hired Tony Dungy, we add players like Derek Brooks, Warren Sapp, John Lynch, just slowly getting better. Then we start making the playoffs every year, but we keep getting eliminated by the Eagles and keep getting eliminated. And then after 5 years of that, then we finally break the glass ceiling and win the Super Bowl. We finally do it. And then, I always imagine something like that would happen. It's like, okay, maybe with Brady's first year, we're kind of, we made a little playoff run, maybe win the wild card, lose divisional. Then the next year, maybe win that divisional, maybe not. Then you kind of slowly get better, and then you go to the Super Bowl. But now we literally just went from being absolutely horrible to absolutely disgusting. Like, what? What? It's been so much to process. And it's funny how narratives can change in literally a game, in literally one game. I mean, when the Bucs made the playoffs, it was like, okay, like that's good, but that's what we were expected to do. Then you beat Washington. Okay, that was also what we were expected to do. Now we're playing the Saints at the Saints. And then you beat them, then the whole thing changed. Now it's like, look at this amazing season. We're in the conference championship game. And then you just win that game. Then all you do is win that game. Now you're in the Super Bowl, and now you're disgusting. I love it. Woo! Woo! That's what I'm talking about, baby. The Bucs. Look at this. If you guys think I'm a fake fan, look at the lanyard on my keychain. Season Pass member 2017. Now this was not my very first season pass. I don't know. This is the only one I kept for some reason. And I always use this one. I don't know why. We were literally atrocious that year, like every year. I should keep the one. Well, we didn't get one this year, but anyways, what a game. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna really talk about film in this episode. This is like literally just gonna be like my reaction and everything to how it all played out and how we actually went on to literally to the Super Bowl. How did it all happen? How did it transpire? I mean, first of all, a lot of people, they texted me that day after the game. They're like, congrats. I was like, thanks. And then they're like, yeah, listen to your podcast. Literally everything you said happened. And, not to toot myself on the horn, but like I knew it would. I knew it would. Because when you watch as much film as I did for last week's game and how much this is going to be the same amount, if not more, that I'm going to be watching for the Super Bowl, obviously. I have an extra week to do it, too. I get 2 weeks before this. I knew what was going to happen because the film doesn't lie. People on TV lie because they don't know what they're talking about half the time. The stats sometimes lie because they're manipulative. What you actually see when you watch the film, that's what happens. And that's what I said was going to happen. What did I say Carlton Davis's one weakness was? You can run by him. It doesn't matter if you're fast. If you can just slightly get an edge on him, his ball locating the ball skills, when it's a deep ball, not there. And what was it? Not there when he got toasted. The pressure. We had to bring the pressure on Aaron Rodgers. They have their backup tackles. We got him. We got him. That's how you beat him. And then, obviously, offensively, you have to kind of pretty much be normal. There's not a huge, have to attack the zone to make good deep ball throws, good accuracy. We'll talk about that. And then defensively, you can't run man too much, you can't run zone too much. And what do? We did exactly what I thought. About 65% man, and then a little 35% zone, which is exactly what I wanted them to do. I mean, What an amazing game, baby! I'm going home. Your boy's going home to Tampa, where I belong. Not here. Tampa. That's where I belong. Tampa Bay! I'm going home, and I'm going home a week early because I need the full experience. I don't care if there's COVID and the Chiefs aren't even getting there until like Saturday, the day before the Super Bowl. I don't care. I need to be in the city for the whole week. And then you already know if we win the Super Bowl, I'm going to be there all of next week because then we're going to have the parade. We're going to have a bunch of stuff. We're going to have the Lombardi ceremony. Oh, boy. We have a lot of stuff to do. It's going to be a very busy docket on Will Neely's calendar if we win the Super Bowl for the next few weeks and if we win the Super Bowl. I mean, we're actually going, I always have imagined this. I always have. I've always sat there and I was like, what if the Bucs went to the Super Bowl? Like, how would I watch the game? What would I do if we won? And I always kept thinking, well, it's not going to happen for, like, ever. We'll figure it out. And now it's, like, here. It's literally here. And we're literally, I can't believe it. I actually can't believe it. And, well, I have a message to some of you people. Not you guys. You guys, I like to chew you guys a lot, but you guys are going to get a pass for this one, for today's episode, because I'm just in a good mood. So you guys are going to get a pass. Let me talk about the freaking Packers fans / Aaron Rodgers fans. And I doubt that any of those individuals will be listening to this podcast, but let's just, theoretically, let's just pretend you are. Okay, I just want to know how mentally incapable you are to watch football. I just want to know that, because you blame the refs. If you are blaming the refs for why the Bucs won this game, I have one thing to say. You are an idiot. An idiot. You are stupid, and you do not deserve to watch the game of football. It's not a right to watch football. It's a privilege. And you, sir, do not get the privilege to watch football if you think the refs are the reason the Bucs won. I mean, how unbelievably stupid are you that you don't have the mental fortitude to watch a football game and understand facts? You want to blame that holding call. Okay, do you understand when the guy's jersey, okay, is being freaking, I mean, it was getting ripped right off them. It was a flop, but that's not what they called it for. It was late. Who cares? And then here's what they like to say, just because the internet is so stupid, and that's why, higher level thinkers come to this show, and not the stupid level thinkers that go on to Packers Planet. I'm just kidding. There is no Packers Planet, but if there is, that's where the lower level thinkers go, because that's what they do. And I don't mean to attack anyone, but you're actually an idiot if you think that. So yes, I am attacking you. I don't understand how you could say it. So then their argument is, okay, well, it was. So then so on the first replay, and before they showed the one of him just literally ripping his undershirt off and holding him completely. And by the way, before this, that would have been a catch if he was not held. If he was not held the entire route, that ball would have been right on him when he ran to the crossing route. But since he was held the whole time, it was interfered with. The ball looked like it was overthrown when it wouldn't have been if he wasn't held. So literally, that's a penalty. That's a definition of a penalty. So, anyways, they like to say, okay, well, so on the first replay, they're like, oh, that's bad, it's the worst call I've ever seen, worst call I've ever seen. And then when they actually show the replay of them actually holding them and actually interfering with the play, their response then is, oh, well, the whole game they haven't been calling that. They missed one on Sean Murphy, but, okay, sir, please explain to me. I don't understand how you could possibly say, they like to reference two plays, the one on Alan Lazard and then the interception that Sean Murphy Bunting got. And I am actually dumbfounded by how stupid you are if you think that, because they weren't even close to being holdings. Sean Murphy Bunting was not grabbing. You see, grabbing looks like this. Okay, you see how I have a fist, grabbing? Sean Murphy Bunting's hand was like this. It was just on his shoulder. It was great coverage. Pick. Then people like to reference the one where the Packers ran a pick play, which is, by the way, illegal in football. They kind of let you get away with it now, but it's still technically illegal. It's called offensive pass interference. And our corner, I can't remember who it was, but they were kind of holding each other, and they were literally holding each other. It was within 5 yards. It was within 2 yards, actually. They weren't even off the ball yet, really. They weren't even off the line of scrimmage yet. And they're kind of hands fighting each other where literally it was both of them equally doing it, and then, oh, that should have been a holding. That's the one they missed. And then here's the thing. And then there's the argument. Oh, well, the refs they just only care about the plays that matter in the fourth quarter because they wouldn't have called that if it was another point in the game. No, that's so false. First of all, like even if that was true, that makes perfect sense. Obviously, the plays towards the end of the game are going to matter more. I'm sorry that you're dumb. We on this show, so my audience right here, my normal audience here, we know facts. Okay, we like facts and we like things that actually happen, not fantasies like some of the idiots out here, and I just don't understand how you could possibly think that. Or think that plays towards the end don't matter or matter exactly the same. It's like, come on now. I mean, just stop being ridiculous. You throw a pick in the first quarter versus in the last 5 minutes of the game. I mean, obviously the last 5 minutes of the game, that's going to matter more if the game's close. I mean, come on now, guys. So, and then they say, oh, okay, so first of all, that's not true. So first of all, the refs usually, they rule just how they rule it, right? It doesn't matter where any point in the game. And then second of all, so first of all, it's just not even true, right? And second of all, even if that was true, that would make literally perfect sense. And then I'm going to sympathize and say that they missed the 2 holding calls that should have been called on us. If you're a defender and you're like, oh, the refs are letting me hold, and then you get called for holding, you're still kind of dumb because it's kind of like getting your hand caught in the cookie jar one too many times. It's like, I'll give an analogy. So if you went to a convenience store and you would shoplift from the convenience store, you'd always steal, let's say, a bag of like M&Ms. You go to that convenience store and you always shoplift M&Ms, and they're never strict. So maybe the guy's seen you do it once or twice. He's never said anything. So you're kind of thinking, oh, well, this guy's kind of chill. I'm going to keep going and stealing these M&Ms. That doesn't mean that one day when you go and you steal those M&Ms and then he catches you, makes you return them, and then arrests you, that doesn't mean, like, your response should not be, oh, that's unfair to me because I've never gotten caught before. That doesn't make any sense. It's the same with pass interference. They're letting you hold, but I mean, you are playing with fire if you're blatantly holding players and your logic is, oh, they've been letting me get away with it. You're going to get called eventually. It's so dumb. It doesn't make any sense. And if you guys want to get mad, if you Packer fans want to get mad, tell your stupid head coach not to kick a field goal that literally cost you the game. And then how about, oh, Aaron Rodgers here. And here's the best part of the game. Here's the best part. Here's the best part. So I can't stand the Saints. Everybody knows that I hate them. And there's only one. See, my ranking of players. So obviously I kind of went overall. So it's basically in order. It's probably number 1, Michael Thomas. Number 2, Cameron Jordan. Marshawn Lattimore, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. And then probably Cam Newton. And then Aaron Rodgers at number 6. And that, just because he's not top 5 doesn't mean he's not, I mean, that's a pretty hateful top 5. I not going to say it. I can't stand Aaron Rodgers. He's cocky, doesn't talk to his family. He's very full of himself. He's a horrible leader, and he's an overrated quarterback. He's going to win MVP, as he should. But in terms of his leadership skills and winning, he hasn't won a championship in 10 years, and he's supposed to be the GOAT. You Packer fans, you call him the GOAT? Hasn't won a championship in 10 years. He has one NFC championship. Same amount as Brady did in 1 year at age 43. And I'm so sick of Aaron Rodgers literally cost them the game at some points. When he had a wide on 3rd and goal, he could have ran it into the end zone. And yet he throws across his body into double coverage to Devontae Adams. On a play earlier than that, on that same drive, he missed a wide open touchdown throw to, I think it was Lazard. And then he did the same mistake earlier in the game when he could have ran it, decided to throw, it was incomplete. So Aaron Rodgers did not play that well, if we're being honest. Brady didn't play that well either, but Aaron Rodgers did not play well, and he cost him the game. Your head coach cost you the game. Kicking the field, what's funny about that is I was sitting there with a bunch of people, and we're like, it was 4th and goal, and we're like, one more down. If we just stop them this one down, it's good. We're going to the Super Bowl. We're all going to cry. We're all going to scream. We're all going to take videos. And then we're all sitting there. We have our arms around each other like this. And then we just see the field goal, and we're like, what? Did they just literally let us win the football game? Yes, they did, because the Packers are idiots, like their fans, like everyone else, like the people that literally think the refs won the game. And refs can influence the game. I completely agree, but not in this case. Not in this case at all. And plus, let's say that there was a whole global conspiracy to get Tom Brady the Super Bowl. Then let's say that call was just bad. Basically, let's say that call was bad and they shouldn't have called it. Okay, then theoretically, first of all, that was only second down, I believe, so we still would have had another down to get a first down. We would have had to punt Green Bay the ball under 2 minutes, and they're still down by a touchdown. So it's still just extremely improbable because we would have drained. That was 2-minute warning. I believe they wasted their timeouts, or at least a few of them. And then we would have ran the ball, probably punted. I mean, give me a freaking break. The Packers just weren't as good as us, and we literally almost gave them the game by throwing those picks. All right, but that's enough of that. I just had to get that off my chest because it was irritating me so much to see these people on Instagram that have literally no idea what they're talking about. All these Instagram accounts that are verified. They're verified idiots. That's what I call them. I call them verified idiots. If you have the little check next to your name, just because you post a picture on Instagram does not mean it's true. Does not mean it's in any way, shape, or form credible. And you guys need to be noticing these things because there are a lot of dumb people out there that don't know what they're talking about. That's why you come here to Bucs Planet, where we talk about facts and film. Hashtag facts and film, not fake news. And the Bucs are going to the Super Bowl. And let me just one more thing. I saw all these accounts that were verified sports accounts. They're like, oh, the Bucs don't deserve to be in the Super Bowl. They don't deserve to be anything. Okay, you're an idiot, sir. Your team clearly lost, even though you're supposed to be non-biased. Whatever. We deserve to be in it. We are going to the Super Bowl. Now, are we going to win? I don't know. You guys know how I am with predictions. But how about those Bucs, baby? And just picking off Aaron Rodgers right before half, I got so fired up. I was like, yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. I hate Aaron Rodgers. Overrated. And what did we do? You know, they said Aaron Rodgers can't be beat. He's never thrown a pick in Lambeau in a home playoff game. He's never thrown a pick. Tell that Sean Murphy Bunting. And then how about that play right before halftime when Tom Brady drops back and the Packers pull a Jets defense and they only have one safety, and Scotty Miller runs right by him, and Tom Brady throws a perfect dime down the field. If you questioned his deep ball, that has been answered, even though his deep ball was actually not that good pretty much the entire game except for that throw, except for the first half, actually. And it's actually just the third quarter. And, oh my gosh, that was amazing. So then, right after that, we score, and that was amazing. That was amazing. I was so stressed out because there was a 4th and 3 before that, and I was like, why are we going for? This is stupid. We barely pick it up with Fournette. I was like, okay. And then we take that deep shot, middle of time, touchdown. I loved it. I was going ballistic. And then, right after halftime, Aaron Rodgers, he drops back, completes that pass to Aaron Jones, and Whitehead, bam, baby, bam, 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 boom! That's what I'm talking about! Hits him, destroys Aaron Jones, absolutely mutilates him. And the ball pops out, and then if you want out of anyone on your whole defense, you want to recover this fumble, you want it to be Devin White. Because first of all, he was a 5-star running back commit in college, so obviously he knows how to run the ball. And he always just recovers our fumbles for some reason. I love it. And what does he do? He picks up, he scoops that ball up, he runs back, gets a great return, doesn't score, gets to the 5. Then Byron left us that beautiful play called play action. Cameron Brate in the end zone. Make America Brate again. I loved it. I literally loved it. That was fantastic. And then the collapse started. But we still won, so it doesn't matter. And just touch on the collapse. So the Packers get the ball. They go all the way down the field after the fumble that we scored on. And so they score. Now it's 28-17. And then Brady throws a horrendous pick that was completely his fault. I don't even have to watch the film on that. It was underthrown. It was high. It was too low, and it was to the inside. That's a pick. You want it to be high and to the outside when it was that good of coverage. It was low, and it was to the inside. Underthrown, not good. The second one, we drove all the way down the field. It's like, we're going to score again. Mike Evans is wide open. Brady sails the pass. That was really unfortunate because he was wide open. I don't know. That was a very having back-to-back plays like that, where it was Brady threw a pick on the last drive that was horrendous, and he threw another horrendous pick on the next drive. That was a little very uncharacteristic. I was actually really pissed, because there's no one else to blame really. He's wide open. It was the right read. He just sailed the pass. It was inaccurate. Throws it to this, goes over Mike Evans' hands, barely hits his fingertips, and then goes to the safety. And then the next one and then the Packers, they went down and scored on the first interception, but they didn't get the 2-point conversion. So it was so they scored 17. So now it's 28-23, I think. Yeah. 28-23. And then Brady throws a third pick that was kind of his fault, kind of not his fault. So on the day, I would say Brady threw 2.5 picks. And the fault was to Leonard Fournette on half of the other third pick, because he completely, first of all, he goes the wrong way. He misread the blitz. I didn't even have to watch film on this. You can just know this by watching the game. Brady was under center, and Leonard Fournette was in the backfield, and let's say this is Brady, this is Fournette in the back, and they're sending a blitz this side. This is where the blitz is coming from. Fournette goes this way. Let's get backwards on this. Fournette goes this way, and the blitz is coming this way, so then he has to wrap around. He misses it. So then Brady basically has to snap, and he's getting hit instantly. He tries to just chuck it as far down the field as he could, and Mike Evans kind of lost the ball in the air for obvious reasons, because it was kind of a weird play, and it was intercepted again. But I will say the best part about the interceptions is they were all in their own territory. It wasn't like we threw a pick at the 50 or our 30 or something. They were always deep in their territory. Not necessarily deep, but they were always 25. The Packers are at their own 25, their own 30. And then how about our defense clutching up, baby, on all those picks except the first one? We stopped them. Brady threw 3. He threw 3 picks on 7 in a span of 7 throws. That's how horrendous he was in the third quarter. And believe me, I love Tom Brady. Believe me. And but he was bad, obviously, in that part of the game. And the Packers, they couldn't score on it. So, Aaron Rodgers go. So we had 14 points off our turnovers. How many guys? You guys only had 6, and we threw 3 picks. Somebody threw 3 picks, and y'all still lost with Aaron Rodgers? The choker, you mean? He's good at choking. 1-4 in NFC Championship games. That's all I have to say about Aaron overrated Rodgers. That's a blatant fact at this point that he is overrated. I would not want him leading my football team. That's for sure. I'd rather have Brady. I'd rather have Tom Brady, baby. And let me just say, and then here we go. Well, let's talk about Leonard Fournette for a second. So obviously he had that horrible missed block that resulted in an interception, but he ran so good on Sunday, and I don't know why Ronald Jones wasn't playing. Not as much as Fournette was. Fournette got the start again, maybe because Fournette's kind of had the hot hand lately, so maybe that's it. Maybe Rojo's still a little injured. Fournette, baby! Did you see that touchdown run he had where he goes, and I literally, you can ask the people next to me, I was like, he runs right into the offensive lineman falling over. I was like, you're such an idiot. He runs right there, and then he bounces it outside. And I was like, okay, he's going to get 5 yards on this play. That was a nice play. And then how about that spin move? Puts him in that spin cycle, baby. Get him in that spin cycle. And he scores. It was beautiful. It was amazing. A lot of people like to blame Kevin King, and it was funny because he played absolutely horrible. But how many times does that happen to us where we have one cornerback playing horrible? Devin Hargreaves. My bad. And then we lose because of literally one corner. But obviously the Packers had so many issues, from quarterback play to play calling to coach management skills to fumbles to bad defensive schemes. So they literally had every problem in the book, while we didn't really. We just, we had a little bit of quarterback issues in the third quarter. Besides that, we were perfect. I just love it. I love it. We're going to the Super Bowl. I'm going home, baby. Saturday, what day is that going to be? Saturday, today's the 27th. Saturday, January 30th, Bucs Planet will be stepping foot in Tampa, Florida, back in my home with Buck Vader the mask. A lot of people, I go to these watch parties here, they're like, where's the mask? What the hell why are you here, Will? You don't have the mask. I told him, I was like, look, you cannot take the mask out of Tampa. It's bad luck. Have you never seen Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade? When they take the Holy Grail and they bring it beyond the marker on the floor and they try to leave the temple with it, it collapses and literally half the people die and they lose the Holy Grail. Okay, it's the same thing. You cannot bring... Obviously, this is a joke completely, but I just feel better if the mask is in Tampa. I really do. I really do. And then they're like, okay, that makes perfect sense. And so the mask resides in Tampa, bringing Darth Vader's energy, or Buck Vader's energy, to the football team. And when I go back, I'll be wearing it again. We'll be all fired up. I don't know where I'm going to watch the game yet. I hope I hope I can maybe watch it in like the parking lot of this outside of the stadium. Then maybe they'll put the game on somewhere. I hope, right? I want to be with a bunch of people, or maybe I don't. Maybe I'll just lock myself in my room and watch it by myself. I really don't know. I could see this honestly going either way. But there's stuff happening this week, and am I going to get a ticket to the Super Bowl? No, I'm not. The face value ticket for this year was $9,000. Okay, do you know what the normal face value is? $2,000, around $2,000. And my parents, even my whole family, they're like, look, we're all going to go to the game if we can get $5K a ticket, which is still super expensive. But we can't even get $5K a ticket. We can't even do that. Because the freaking NFL has raised the prices. It's so annoying. I've waited my whole life for this. But, hey, it is what it is. I can't attend the home Super Bowl because the NFL won't let me. Scumbags. Hashtag cancel the NFL. Just kidding. But, obviously, I will be in Tampa watching the football game with my friends, with the original Buccaneers. I'm friends with a Cowboys fan, and he's had a rough go of it. I don't know if we're gonna let him watch with us. I watched the game last week with a Bears fan, not the Packers game, the one before. He was very butthurt, to say the least. He liked to make excuses. He's a Bears fan in Tampa, and we're good, and they're not. So you know how it goes. And I mean, the best part about all of this is not only did I feel like I worked really hard for something that like basically had nothing to do with me, but like still, that I was a fan for this long and didn't get not a lot of wins in the beginning, and obviously until now. And as I love the people that are like texting me, congratulating me, it's like funny because like they think it's like I'm the head coach. I'm not even the head coach, but I love it. It makes me feel good. And all these people that were once telling me, "Oh, Will, haha, you like the Bucs, haha, haha." Now they're all posting about the Bucs. And, I went through a back and forth about this. I'm going to let them come on. I'll let them be on the bandwagon. As, like, head of the Buccaneer fan club, as number one fan, I'll let them stay just because, like, why not? If you're from Tampa, like the football team. I will say, if you actually blatantly have slandered them and, like, rooted against them purposely, then you're not accepted. But if you're just one of those people that just kind of makes fun of them because they're bad, and then also doesn't really care about them, you can come on now. That's okay. I'll forgive you. As Buccaneer, again, number one fan, and I'm the one that makes these decisions, okay? Not freaking the other Bucs fans that you see. No, I make the decisions. It comes down to me, my decision. I'll let you on. Super Bowl bound. No pack. No. How about it? Where will you be in the Super Bowl? Will you go to Tampa? Or will you watch it from college? Or I don't even know. How wide is my fan base? I haven't even talked to you people in a while. Where will you be watching the game? I'm actually kind of interested. And one last thing. It has been 18 years since we've gone to the Super Bowl. And Brady did it in 1 year. I said this, I always was kind of skeptical about signing Tom Brady. I'm a results guy. And now there's obviously the results are in. The jury is in. They're not out anymore. And we have found out that it was a great signing. But in the beginning, I said, regardless of whether it's a good signing or not, he'll at least, I think, attribute to changing the culture, which I have believed, and I'm on record saying this, as being the number one issue with the Bucs, is the culture. We have a losing culture, and people underestimate how bad and how much of an impact it actually has on your football team. You can always have great coaches and all these things, but you need to change the culture to a winning culture, to where you actually believe you have a chance to win. You want to work harder. You want to get along with your teammates. You want to listen to the coaches more instead of just coming here, taking your paycheck, and being a bad football player. That's what it was before. Tom Brady set a new standard. That's why I love you, Tom Brady. I love you. I love Tom Brady. I just love Tom Brady. I love Tom Brady. I love him. Because regardless of whether let's just pretend he sucked this year, which he didn't. Let's pretend he did. I mean, he still would have changed that. I predicted he still would have changed that, and he did. Not only did he do that, he was also a great quarterback for us, best quarterback that we've ever had, and he's 43 years old. He's on a one season. And I have to say this. I'm just going to have to eat my vegetables on this one. And I'm just going to swallow. I'm just going to eat them, all right? Jason Light. He deserves a lot of credit for this. I mean, I know it. I've been so critical of Jason Light. But, I mean, he is in the running and probably is going to win Executive of the Year, as in he literally will be awarded as the best GM in the NFL. And I kind of agree. Because here's the thing. And I realize this now that I've seen the results more than I did then. Especially like with Tom Brady, how much juice he really still has in him, and the fact that we're literally in the Super Bowl after being horrible for the last decade. If you're the individual that convinces Tom Brady to not only leave New England, but then to sign with your football team, General Manager of the Year. That's it. It's over. You don't have to do a single other thing right. But if you convince Tom Brady, if you convince him to leave New England and sign with your football team, Manager of the Year. That's my take on that. I've said a lot of bad things about Jason Light, and certainly he's had his draft woes, but recently, I mean, he's been great. The worst pick was good. The Winfield pick was good. The secondary still has some issues. That's Jason Light's fault. But the offensive line has finally turned out. Donovan Smith has been playing decent lately. Alex Kappa is one of the best guards in the league. I mean, he's like a 5th-round draft pick? Amazing. And then, we get Gronk in the trade. We sign Antonio Brown for cheap. And now, I understand a lot of this is really just Tom Brady being here, but still, the overall acquisition of signing Arians and then getting Tom Brady, Manager of the Year. I got to tip my hat. I got to eat my vegetables. I understand. It's just a huge pride swallow to say I was wrong. Now, will Jason Light still work out as a long-term future GM? I don't know. But as of right now, he put us in position to win a Super Bowl for the time being. That's what I'm going to go off of. Hats off to you, Jason. You're a great GM. For now. Just kidding. But, Arians might be even in the running for Coach of the Year, and we know how critical mostly other people were this year of him. I've been kind of critical for obvious reasons. Because we haven't really had success against winning football teams this year until the playoffs when it really matters. So I was, whatever. I was like, okay. Now the whole narrative changes because we made it. We're in the Super Bowl now. Everything changes. Every opinion changes. This isn't me going back on what I said. I mean, when you come as a wild card and you go literally to the Super Bowl, obviously a lot of opinions are changed for the time being, at least. And, I'm going to be making a ton of episodes from here on out, and leading up to the Super Bowl, I'm going to make an film analysis on this game. Then I'll make a film analysis of the upcoming Chiefs game, and then I'm probably just going to make one right before the game just to be like, hey, like this is it, like whatever. So I've got at least 3 episodes planned from now until then. So I will see you guys then. And the Bucs, baby, are in the Super Bowl.